Welcome to the Queens on Decks, where I interview female DJs from around the world. I am Michelle Miller, your host of the Royal Queens Rising podcast. We share our inspiring stories and secrets to our success. Hi, I wanted to thank you guys so much for supporting the Royal Queens Rising podcast. It has been such a fun time starting a podcast and sharing these stories with you. Connecting with other DJs has been so much joy. I always learn so much from being interviewed, and I hope you have too. We are wrapping up season 1, so don't worry, we'll be back with season 2 soon. If you want to be a guest, please reach out to me anytime. You can go to the website, djrundat.com, send me a message on social media. You can find me everywhere, djrundat.com. I wanted to take a moment to share some of my wins from this year. This is a powerful time of year to look back on everything that has happened. It has been a wild, wild year, and I like to focus on the positives because there were definitely some highlights. Although nothing really went to plan, ironically, I was looking at some visioning work I had done last year, and I had written a letter to myself, and I dated it 12/31/20. And I wrote nothing about my business. And ironically, my mobile DJ business was shut down. What I wrote about mostly was about my family and my home life, because really it all starts with, yourself, who you're being, your own health, your home, the people you surround yourselves with. And me as a mother and a wife, those are my priorities. My priorities are my family, making sure everybody's happy and healthy and the home is running smoothly. And then comes business. So ironically, I wrote nothing about business. And many of the things I wrote about my personal life in that letter happened. They came true. I've been working on remodeling parts of the house and doing a lot of decluttering and purging, and it feels amazing. But when I look at my business wins, one of the biggest ones was launching this podcast. So it had been on my mind for years. I had been interviewing DJs on video, putting it on YouTube, but I always thought it would be great to do it in an audio podcast. So when COVID hit, I built a team and we launched the podcast. So that's definitely one of my biggest wins. Another pivot was I started officiating weddings. I had signed up to be an officiant online years ago when someone had asked me to do it, and it never worked out. They ended up canceling their wedding. And so this year I had a wedding and the officiant backed out, and I was already in contract to be the DJ. So my couple asked me if I could marry them. And I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. I'll help you out. And so that was my first time ever officiating a wedding, and it was amazing. It went really well. And so now I offer that service in my business. And with weddings being like the main moneymaker in my mobile DJ business, it's, good to offer more services, more value. How can you add more value to your clients? Another thing that I did was I got my first paid speaking gig. So that was a big win. I stepped into being a speaker. I spoke at several online virtual DJ conferences, and that was really exciting and scary, but I really enjoyed it. I love the challenge. And another thing I got to do was start DJing virtual parties and collaborating with other DJs from across the world. It's been really fun. And the last thing I did was I joined an online radio station, the Power 246 radio station. So all of these things are just things that I've done this year that I'm actually proud of, and I wanted to share with you. So I want to hear, what are you proud of? What are you going to take into this next year? And what are you going to leave behind? It's so important that we celebrate our wins, big and small, and reflect back. What worked, what didn't. I'm always here for you. So if you want to book a call with me, you can always go to my website. There's a link, or like I said, send a message out on social media, email me. I'd love to chat and hear from you. I wanted to thank everybody for tuning into the Royal Queens Rising podcast, all of my amazing guests, and all of the subscribers. Thank you so much for being a part of this. If you would like to be a guest or you know somebody that should be featured, please send them my way. You can reach me on my website, www.djrundat.com.